Oh,
Wow.
looks like, oh, here we go with our round one. We have Ernest and Dason today.
I thought we were going to have to banter a little bit longer.
No, it looks like
But we are
we're
on
jumping
it.
right in.
So,
It looks like a couple of our regular players here, Ernest and Dason, both of which have showed up on camera already. Both have played very well. Dason just recently, I believe he won
He
draft.
won the pre-release.
Or pre-release, I'm sorry, it was pre-release.
Dason coming off a win at the pre-release.
Yeah, so he's
Went undefeated
he's
the
pumped.
whole day.
And I know that Dason has played Blue-White Gift a fair bunch. The deck doesn't actually lose all that much. I actually think there are things that the deck can gain from 2019.
Oh, yeah.
There's a couple new ways to interact with your graveyard. Sometimes if you want to go to Esper, there's a new guy. Seems really easy and innocuous, but he's a 1/1. He mills 3 when he enters the battlefield and 3 when he leaves the battlefield. So it helps fuel
Fills up that graveyard.
Yeah, it fills that graveyard for Gate to the Afterlife and into Godfrey's Gift and that sort of thing. So, and Ernest here on Green-Black Saproling. This was kind of a deck that was hovering around at the end of last Standard.
Winding Constrictor.
Yep, Saproling and some Snake I think involved, but I think he's going to go wide and maybe deal with some Tendershoot Dryads and stuff at the top of the
I'm thinking of a different
curve.
green-black deck.
Yeah, no, a lot of them were running kind of Energy or Snake or Winding Constrictor, all of which are flavors of it, and you see the same type of cards in there. You'll see stuff like Blossoming Defense, Fatal Push, all things that are good in green and black.
What is the name of the legendary fungus?
Slimefoot. His name is Slimefoot. Yeah.
So I would think we might see Slimefoot in Ernest
Yeah,
deck.
he generates his own tokens, and when he's on the battlefield, Saprolings that die
end up dealing 1 damage to
yeah,
your opponent.
they're drain effects, basically.
Yeah.
Alright, it looks like they're both shuffled up, and they're taking a look at their first starting 7.
Propane, welcome to the party. Thank you very much for the bits.
Thank you so much for the 100 bits, Propane.
We will gladly take all of your bits.
Super
Propane.
generous. And look at you, you got the #1 badge for the day. You sport that proudly.
Now I have to ask you, did you count that out by 5s, or did you go 2, 4, 8, 12?
Alright, let's take a look at Dason. It looks like he has 5 lands, Strategic Planning, and a Fumigate.
And he's got both colors mana.
He has
white
both
and
colors
blue.
mana. He doesn't have the second white, but the Field of Ruin can help get him there.
Yeah.
Strategic Planning is also awesome because it'll help him draw cards and also dump cards like Godfrey's Gift into the graveyard and that sort of thing.
So Ernest's side, only 2 mana.
Okay, we got Metallic Mimic, Fungal Infection, Vicious Offering, Song of Freyalise, and Tendershoot Dryad. Actually, this is a pretty decent starting hand. The Metallic Mimic will probably choose Saprolings, and then Song of Freyalise will help him ramp up to his bigger spells.
I think he probably might have wanted 1 or 2 more lands.
Yeah, I
Because
think
he's got a heavy top end with the Tendershoot.
I agree with you there. But we'll see what he can do. 2, he can still cast a couple of spells in his hand. Hopefully, he doesn't get stuck on lands there.
Always by 5s. That's how you should do it, Propane. Good job.
So, some insider
that's a
pharma.
Pharma Boy joke.
I know.
Yeah.
This is your Pharma Boy humor. I can tell. So we have Metallic Mimic. I'm assuming naming Saprolings, the keystone of the deck. It looks like Dason will be playing Strategic Planning, which will allow him to draw 3 cards, but he'll have to bin 1 into the graveyard there.
Now, we saw fungal infection in Ernest's hand.
Yep.
One of the early drops from Dason would be the Minister of Impediments,
Yes.
which is a 1/2.
Inquiries, I think.
Minister of Inquiries.
That's
thank
what
you.
it is. Yep.
1/2. So fungal.
Fungal Infestation will not be able to deal with it, but
No.
he has Vicious Offering, which will be able to deal with it, giving it -2/-2.
He can also get a 2/2 Saproling because of the Mimic.
That's true. He can get 2 2/2 Saprolings, in fact. With
Oh, look at
Saproling,
this.
with Saproling Migration.
Ernest getting an early board presence.
Yeah.
Apparently not bringing Saproling tokens to the table though, so they're going to be
Those are
borrowing some.
sweet Saproling tokens. So they're 2/2s because of the Metallic Mimic.
Okay.
The Migration goes to the graveyard. So here he's getting a quick presence that Dason will not be able to answer with an empty board. However, we did see Dason have Fumigate in hand, so it might be a race to 5 mana here. We'll see what
there's
happens.
his second white mana source, so
Perfect.
he's all set now.
So now it's just the race up there. We'll see how much value Dason will get out of both the Minister of Inquiries and the future Fumigate. Because right now, actually, all the saplings come in favorably for Ernest.
2/2 saplings are a very good deal.
Yeah.
Since most spells are priced as 1/1 saplings.
That's right.
Aloha Rocketeer. Whoever made that Ivysaur token, that's a madman right there. I like it.
I have insider knowledge that that guy does some custom orders, but you got to talk to the right people. Trogdor. Oh, that's
drew a vicious offering again.
Yeah, both of which it's not helping him advance the board because he's not getting more land. However, he will be able to deal with the Minister right now if he wants to.
He can.
If he does play Song of Freyalise, though, it will help ramp him up because that's a potential 5 mana starting next turn.
Because that would allow his creatures to tap for mana as well.
Absolutely, of any color, in fact.
Yeah. Looks like he's attacking, offering up the Mimic to see if Dason's going to block.
Before blocks, however, he's going to vicious offering the Minister. And here we go. Okay, so Dason will take a solid 6 damage here.
We got 808 Blue Moon joining us from the airport. Aloha.
Aloha.
Thank you for joining us.
Are you coming in or are you going out right now, 808? Either way, I hope you had a safe flight coming in or you have a safe flight going out.
Alright, Dason, Champion of Wits, drew 2, discarding 2. Getting rid of 2 lands.
Yep. I haven't yet seen if Dason has been a Godpharaoh's Gift, the main thing in the deck. So blue-white Godpharaoh's Gift, one of the ways it wins is basically refurbishing a Godpharaoh's Gift from right out of the graveyard. And to do that, you have to dump one in.
So not really looking to cast the Godpharaoh's Gift from his hand if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, so Godpharaoh's Gift costs 7, so it's a pretty steep mana cost. So if you aren't able to stay alive till 7, the best way to do it is to cheat it in at 4 with Refurbish. But to do that, you use cards like Champion of Wits or Strategic Planning to try and get Godpharaoh's Gift into the graveyard.
Right.
So he has had 2 opportunities to do so. I haven't been able to see, I can't tell just yet, but I don't think he has one in there.
Looking at the size of the text, it doesn't look like it.
I don't think he has Godpharaoh's Gift in his graveyard.
We're looking at the same camera view that you guys are. We don't have any zooming or close-ups. So
enhance, but yeah. I think I can.
I don't see any Godpharaoh's
Yeah, I don't think
Gift
it's in
right
there,
now.
so we can safely assume it probably he has not been able to see it. And Ernest definitely decides he needs to get some mana this turn, so he plays Song of Freyalise. Song of Freyalise is a new saga from Dominaria, and its first mode will basically let creatures tap for any color mana, somewhat like a Birds of Paradise effect. Its second, I guess, chapter in the saga does the same thing, and the third chapter gives a 1/1 counter to all his creatures, and it gives them indestructible vigilance that turn as well, I believe.
I'm pulling it up right now to verify all of your suspicions.
Yep.
And they look right to me.
Oh, and trample.
Vigilance, trample, indestructible,
Trample's
and a counter.
important, yeah. So it looks like
a Godpharaoh's Gift. No.
Oh yeah, that is definitely Godpharaoh's
Okay.
Gift. He just binned that with off the search for Azcanta. And
also gets to flip the Azcanta.
Yep, because there's 7 cards in the graveyard. He decides to flip the Azcanta, ramping him up to 5 mana.
Now, does he have to refurbish in hand?
If he does have Refurbish, I see Fumigate.
That's the only white spell I see.
Yep.
A couple of lands.
Yep. So I don't see Refurbish yet.
He looks like he wants to dig with the Azcanta, though. Nope.
He's going to Fumigate to stay alive a little longer, maybe.
Yep. Fumigate, that's going to gain him a little bit of life. He's got to tap all his white mana.
There we go. Yep. He's got that all straight out.
Okay.
And that represents 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 life for him. 1, 2...
6 life. He loses a
Oh,
champion
he loses
as well.
his own. Yeah, that's right. 6 life.
And now saplings are only coming in as 1/1, which
Yeah.
is going to be very, very useful.
And one of the big things too is that he's on 6 lands here, so we'll see what happens. But it's a possibility he'll be able to hard cast Godpharaoh's Gift from this point on if he does draw another copy.
When he draws it.
Yeah.
And he has the search for Azcanta to go digging, or not search anymore. He's actually got Azcanta
Yes.
So he can actually dig to find refurbish or the second gift.
Yep. So it looks like he's on 7. So we know he has 1 God Pharaoh's Gift in the graveyard. And it looks like he's tapping 7 to
Eternalizing
yeah.
the Champion of Wits.
So 7 is a key number here for gift, because eternalizing a Champion of Wits lets him draw 4, discard 2, which lets him look at a ton of cards to try and either get a God Pharaoh's Gift or a refurbish.
I saw another champion in there.
Yep, and if he can bin 2 cards...
Looks like probably 2 lands.
Yep.
Yep, 2 lands.
Yep, 2 lands. So at that time, you also want to take that opportunity to try and bin your big cards, like Angel of Invention is the big one that blue-white gift tries to get in there.
Great one to get back with the gift.
Yeah, because with the Fabricate 2, it can either be a 6/5 life linker with haste, or a 4/3 life linker with haste that makes basically 2/2s along with it. So it's a very efficient card.
So Ernest taking this opportunity on Dason's end step to put out a sapling token.
Yep.
So he at least gets 1 counter off the Song of Freyalise.
Yep. So the sapling's at 2/2. Yep.
With all the keywords that we said earlier. Could Ernest have infected the
So it wouldn't
champions?
make
He would
him
have drawn 3 and discarded 2.
So it wouldn't have made him discard more cards. What would happen is he would draw less cards.
Yep.
So he'll still discard 2, but
Actually,
he'll just
he would have drawn 0 and discarded 2.
He would have drawn because it got
Fungal is
eternalized.
-1.
Yeah, and it got eternalized, so it'd be 4 because the power comes in as a 4/4. So what you can do is actually kill it with the trigger on the stack, and he draws 0, and he wouldn't actually have to discard any, I don't believe.
I don't know if he had enough mana to do both, though. Because I think he only had 3 at that time. And then he played a 4th. But there's always other lines, other plays that are possible, so...
And it looks like Dason's coming in, slamming in for 4 there with his eternalized Champion of Wits.
And is that Chalet now? It is. So
Yep.
Dason is hexproof, as are all of his creatures.
Yep.
So no more Vicious Offerings.
So it looks like Ernest is casting
Tender Shoot.
Tender Shoot for 5.
Which, except for that Angel, that will help clog up the ground pretty well.
Yep.
The Angel now is a problem, though.
At the beginning of each upkeep, he'll create a 1/1 Sapperling token. So right here at Dason's upkeep, 1 comes in, and a Sapperling gets +2/+2 if he has a City's Blessing, which he does not.
Not yet.
Which is key to know.
It looks like Dason's doing stuff on the end step.
Yep.
We saw Ben reach in with the token and take it back. There's the Angel of Invention.
And there's the Refurbish, unfortunately.
Didn't want the Refurbish there.
Yep.
So
that's okay.
Minister was kind of good to him.
Yeah, well, the big thing is at least he got an Angel into the bin there.
Oh.
And the second Refurbish. Okay, so there should...
Bad Minister.
There should still be 2 Refurbishes in his deck. Looks like he got Chart a Course there. Oh, and he has 1 in hand already. Okay.
So he's okay.
So he got a Refurbish off the Champion of Wits Eternalize. So he's going to Refurbish in, which allows you to bring an artifact into play. It's a sorcery for 4. He'll bring God Pharaoh's Gift. And so at the beginning of his combat step, he can exile a creature out of his graveyard and then make a 4/4 hasty copy of it.
And he went right to the Angel of Invention.
Yep, that's the keystone card for blue-white gift. It gives him a 4/4 angel to begin with, and then the angel can fabricate. The angel gives all other creatures +1/+1, and it's flying, vigilance, lifelink. The fabricate 2 is he can either put 2 more counters on the angel, making it a 6/5, or he can make 2 2/2 6/6. Absolutely 6/6, or make 2 2/2 servos. And it looks like he made the 6/6.
Yeah.
And the angel's coming in because it has vigilance. So that's 6, 10, 10 in the air, and I think one of the Sapperlings will definitely be sacrificed to the Champion of Wits, Eternalize on the ground.
sad sapling.
It is a sad sapling. Although the cool one is still on the board. I gotta point that out.
It's actually a misprint.
And here comes the extra sapling from Tender Shoe Dryad.
Sapling, is that a shepherd?
That's Yavimaya Shepherd. It makes another sapling for 1, and it's a 2/2 on its own.
And we're getting close to City Blessing.
Yep, and that's a bear
actually,
like.
He does have City's Blessing right now.
Right here, he has the City's Blessing. Yep. So all his saplings get +2/+2 right now.
And that will not go away.
That won't go away, no. That is like an emblem that hangs out in the command zone, basically. Once you have it, you have it.
The key trigger to getting the City's Blessing having 10 permanents,
Yep.
which the Shepherd put out 2 with 1 card, so he's up to 10.
The big problem here is the flyers, so...
Yeah, he doesn't have enough to take them down, and everything has hexproof.
Yep, the Vicious Offering can only take down Shalai right now, and so unless he has some sort of answer for the Angel of Invention the next turn, which I don't think he has in hand, we will probably be seeing a game 2 here.
And the problem with taking down Shalai is the Godfarrow's Gift gets it right back.
That's right. At the beginning of combat,
So it's
you
a
are
tough
correct.
spot right now. Knowing Ernest's hand, we can see this. I don't see him coming back from this.
Yeah. So it looks like Dason picked up a second copy of Godfarrow's Gift, so you can that effect actually stacks.
Why is that not a legendary card?
So Dason can actually play the second one here if he feels like it, but right now he just decides to come in with the flyers. And they will be going to game 2.
Blue-White Gift doing what it does.
Yep. The Fumigate is one of the big things. You either need like a sweeper or something to keep you in the game before, until you can get the refurbished kind of Godfarrow's Gift thing going.
Having that third refurbish in hand was very clutch.
Yeah, that was clutch. He was able to pick it up from the draw 4 from the Champion Witch, which is an awesome effect once you internalize it. So I think the key thing is here for Ernest and Dason is that Dason is like at turn 7, like getting the 7th Monosaurus is like game over for Ernest probably. But if Ernest can get under him before that all happens and kind of go a little wide, he should be able to take it down there.
In this matchup, I would think Ernest is, like you said, he's trying to get in under the clock.
Yeah.
And when Dason was able to get the Godfarrow Gift into play, he only took 2 damage at that point.
Yep.
So, which is the Fumigate. Well, you take him more, but Fumigate
totally makes sense knowing that Ernest has quite a large army
Ernest is
coming
definitely
in.
going wide.
Yeah. So Dason will probably bring in all sorts of board wipes if he has them. Any additional creature kind of creature effects, basically. Stuff that you can take out his creatures with. I know Blue-White Gift a lot of times in their sideboard will actually kind of reduce the Godfarrow's Gift plan a little bit. Go a little more creature heavy in case decks that run black, like green-black Saproling, come in with like heavy duress packages or hand disruption packages. So what they do is they switch their sideboard out for a few more creatures like Angel of Sanctions and that sort of thing, where you play a slightly more fair game of Magic, but because all the black decks have boarded in all that hand disruption, if you don't have all that stuff to disrupt, they've already like lost another 4 or 5 live cards, sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So 808 Blue Moon commenting on the Ireland shirt. I believe that would be Ben's shirt, our judge, representing the Ginger Isle. So
yeah.
it is a very nice green shirt.
Yeah. I don't know if Ernest wearing one as well. Are they brothers in arms tonight?
I don't know. I haven't gotten a good look at Ernest's shirt.
So if you're Ernest here, how heavy do you go into like duressing and doom falling your opponent?
If I'm Ernest, my sideboard's probably got more naturalized effects.
Oh, okay, sure. That's actually super good.
Because I'm going to be focused. I would focus more on the green side of that deck.
Yeah.
And so I'd probably be bringing those effects. I know Core 2019 has a decent amount of
that.
It's got naturalized effects. It's also got plummets.
Yep.
So
the big thing about naturalize is that the Godfarrow's Gift effect only happens at the beginning of combat. So if you're able to, if they refurbish
once it's on the board, you have an opportunity.
Yeah, if you can, in white you can cast it out. In green you can naturalize it.
Right.
You know, if you have a spell at instant speed, you can deal with it. One of the things that Blue-White Gift excels at is catching you off guard on game one, because it's a deck that you have to prepare for it if it exists in the field, but you're not necessarily like tuned to beat it. So
and like we saw, once it gets the key card on the table, you don't have long to respond to.
Exactly. It's a combo deck that will sneak up on you, can take a lot of good game ones, and then I think what happens is game two, they hope to win a fairer game, but they still got elements, you know?
It's still a very fast, very efficient combo.
Yeah, and we've seen different flavors of it. Like, this is the blue-white flavor. We saw mono-red goblin. Yeah, there's Combat Celebrant. There's the Is It version of it.
Right.
That was a sweet deck that let you take, like, multiple turns for just sacrificing a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah. Combat Celebrant, unlimited combat subs.
Yeah. There's a couple different ways of doing it. You can use the little combo of Gate to the Afterlife into Godfarrow's Gift, or you could do the Refurbish into Godfarrow's Gift plan. I've even seen
wasn't
like some black-blue versions with M19 to use Scarab God and like that new one I was telling you about to fill your graveyard.
Right.
So you just and like Trophy Mages and Gate to the Afterlife. So you cheat that to get like cool stuff like that and Bone Dragon in.
It took a while for the gate to kick in, but once people realized they could keep up with red, it definitely became a fixture in the meta. So we're looking at 3 lands, Champion, Fumigate.
So this is a perfect hand for blue-white.
Champion discards the Godfarrow, Refurbish gets it right back.
You got it. All he needs is one more land source. Hopefully you get to see it with Champion of Wits.
So Ernest with 3 lands, Shepherd, Migration, Omnivore, and Crushing Canopy.
Crushing Canopy is a perfect answer to Godfarrow's Gift.
He needs to keep the mana open.
Yes.
So that's going to be the hard thing.
Yes.
Knowing when Ernest is going to go off. Now,
timing is going to mean everything.
He should see Dason discard the gift on Dason's turn, which means that he will have an opportunity to untap and keep his mana open.
So let's see how much of an aggressive line Ernest takes to begin with.
So he's got Saplings on the board.
Yep. Totally fine here. So Dason, basically, we know turn 4 is the one Ernest has to worry about with the Refurbish. We'll see if Ernest recognizes this in particular.
Because he will see Dason on his next turn.
Exactly.
He'll see the pieces falling into place. Slightly awkward timing. Mimic after the migration, but he has a board presence. He can get some damage in now. Dason hoping he really would not name Saproline with that Mimic. I think. So here comes Ernest on the attack.
He's coming in for 2.
Dason's cycling away a land to see what he can find. So going on to Dason's turn, we're going to see the Champion of Wits.
So he's going to draw 2, and we're likely to see Godfarrow's Gift go in.
Immediately.
And if he has any big creature or any creature, the Minister.
Which will come back as a 4/4, so it's going to be big.
So this is the big turn here. Ernest has to know that it's in his interest.
He has the card. Song of Freyalise, an interesting draw. He can play it and keep up mana without showing that he's saving his mana.
You're correct. But he also would not attack with if he has Song of Freyalise coming in as
Which would be an indicator.
So I think he's considering what's going on here, thinking very hard. Like this is one of the key moments in the game, and I too would be hard pressed to see if I should advance my board. So he does play Song of Freyalise. This gives him options.
Jake, can we see Ernest's hand again?
Yeah, he has Thalit Omnivore.
I'm looking up Crushing Canopy. I think we're mistaken. It's just destroy enchantments. So it actually does nothing to the Godfarrow's Gift. I apologize for that.
That's right. I was thinking about Naturalize.
So yeah, he does not have the answers that he's wanting here.
Yeah, so it will deal with stuff like Search for Azcanta and like the inevitable Angel Invention,
but he's going to have to fight through that Godfarrow Gift. does not have the clean answer that we thought he did.
It's going to be a little rough, too, because the first thing that comes in is the Minister of Inquiries, which will be a 4/4. And as much as it naturally feels like you should attack with your 4/4,
right,
you might actually want to mill with the haste effect so that
find more
creatures, like, or to get Angel of Invention specifically into your bin. So it looks like he's slamming that 4th mana, or the 4th land, and he's ready to go. Here's that refurbish, and we're going
Dason doesn't like to bluff.
No, he
if he has it, you're gonna know.
Yeah. So he knows that the first thing he's gonna get is Minister of Inquiries. He's gonna grab that 2 energy. It's a 4/4 right now. Let's see if he decides to attack.
Looks like he did not.
Yep. It looks like he's holding up for blocks and hopefully milling himself at the end of Ernest's end step so you can get for more stuff into the bin. Because right now, all Dason wants is to get more creatures into the bin so that he can Godfarrow's Gift.
Right. So he's got a 4/4 blocking now that's going to be able to feed the graveyard.
Yep. And that like incentivizes him to just randomly attack with Champion of Wits just so that he can let it die, so you can bin it back. Ooh, Slimefoot.
Slimefoot makes his appearance.
So this actually makes a very interesting kind of moment, because every time Slimefoot, like, if Dason can't get anything into the bin, Ernest can maybe go wide enough to come in for one crazy attack before the lifelink gets out of control. See, like, attacking here doesn't seem ideal because it just helps Dason get more creatures into the bin, right?
Well, none of these, it will only kill the Champion of Wits, which actually will come back pretty big.
Yeah, because it comes back as a 4/4. He gets to look at 4 cards.
He's got to get damage in on Dason before the Angel of Invention hits.
That's true. I agree with you on that.
So it's a race, and right now Slimefoot is helping the math.
Yep.
I don't know that I would offer the Mimic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the Mimic, if the Mimic gets traded for the Champion of Wits...
Mimic is a very pricey card to be throwing on it.
And it looks like he got the Angel anyway.
Well, he got a Champion. Champion of Wits went to the graveyard. I didn't see the Angel.
I saw Angel go through with them because he milled himself for 3 with Minister of Inquiries right at the end there.
Crushing Canopy does deal with the Angel.
It does. He does not have the mana up for it, though.
He does. Song of Freyalise.
But all 3 of those...
Summoning Sickness.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
Mimic would have been nice.
Yeah. We'll see. Interestingly enough...
Now, he did attack... I didn't see the life total change.
Right. I don't know if Dason just took all that damage. It looks like he didn't actually...
Nothing died on Ernest's side, so...
Yeah, it looks like he probably took the damage there.
Looks like Dason opting to get a Champion of Witch to get some card draw and dump some more cards in the graveyard.
Yep. So M. Dora says he can't mill it. He loses haste at end of turn. He's tapping for mana, not attacking. He tapped for mana to make a 1/1.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So the 4 creatures to make a 1/1.
That makes sense. He didn't attack in. That's right. Gotcha.
We need to get M. Norris in the booth.
Yeah.
Come on over, bud.
That makes way more sense to me. Okay, so the Fumigate will take care of a lot of this.
Takes care of a lot and gains Dason a lot of life.
Well, a lot gets nullified because of the Slimefoot effect. So, I mean, he'll still net life, but the key point is that he's going to get the Champion of Wits into... Dason couldn't tap Minister because
it lost haste until... It only had haste until end of turn.
You're right. And he couldn't mill the 3. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Let's see. Because then... So, Dason milled 3 with the Minister at the end. I don't think he could do that because the Minister didn't have haste.
Yep. Played it a lot on Magic Online, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's Dason only has the cards. He does not play online, so online helps a lot with the triggers.
We're getting it sorted out.
Little stack. Believe we saw Ben freezing the game. Yep.
Yeah, so it gains a haste, but only until end of turn, and so it was at the end of Ernest's turn that he built 3.
I believe it may have gone too far at this point, but we'll have to wait and see what the table judge decides.
Yeah, we'll see. We got people down there working on it right now.
Seems like an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, there's quite a few triggers.
Caught that. Luckily, Twitch chat was right there.
We got it. We got people checking out.
So.
And don't worry, we're at Casual REL, and we'll have everyone get it all squared away. It's not a big deal.
I did not see an extra Pyromancer go back to his hand.
Yeah. So. Oh man, I saw that too earlier. That we'll talk about that later. Okay, so Dason's got a warning there. I think they're just setting up where they're going to go. The Fumigate does go out.
And again, this is Casual REL.
Yep.
FNM. We do have a judge table side, and he's sorting it out right now.
Yeah. Alright, so coming in, so that's Fumigate on end of Dason's turn, and we're into Ernest coming in with, I believe, he still has a Thallid Omnivore. He has to rebuild his board off 4 lands.
He does. It looks like, I believe he drew a Tender Shoot Dryad.
But he still needs 1 more mana.
Sapling Migrations.
Yes, okay. So he's starting to rebuild his board. If he gets Tender Shoot Dryad out there, he's going to need another land. And he's still yet to have the City's Blessing.
Yep.
But at this point...
An Aven Wind Guide?
I don't believe so. Oh, it is. That's Aven Wind Guide. His tokens, I believe, get Vigilance and...
Flying, I believe.
Flying?
We got Jake searching for it. I can see that.
Yeah.
Creature tokens he controls have Flying and Vigilance.
Flying and Vigilance. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And all of the Eternalized creatures are creature tokens.
Yep. They're 4/4 creature tokens to begin with. So Dason coming in with the 6/6 Flying, Vigilance, Hasting, Angel Invention. Now Ernest, we know, still has Crushing Canopy, is that correct?
He does. Destroys a creature with flying or an enchantment.
So he can take care of the Angel right now. But the Wind Guide will still be coming in for a decent amount as well.
Wind Guide will be attacking for 2. It's not eternalized.
Right.
If he kills the Wind Guide, then it will become eternalized. But
I see a Lyra Dawnbringer in hand. Looks like he's going to start with strategic planning.
See what else he can get in the grave.
This will actually let him bin Lyra Dawnbringer to bring her back with haste, with Godfrow's if he feels like it. Looks like he decided to bin another Champion of Wits in there.
Well, he can only put cards from the hand that are revealed off the planning.
Oh, off the 3. Gotcha. So, yeah, that's right. Man, I haven't played this deck in a while.
Champion of Wits will let him put Lyra into the graveyard.
Right.
Drawing 5 because of the Angel of Invention. He caught that one earlier when he was playing this deck.
Very good. Decides to dump Refurbish and
a land. So he's not dumping creatures yet. So this does seem like it probably would have been a different deck if we had caught the Minister interaction earlier. But
as it stands, this is FNM.
Yep.
They got it all sorted out.
They're learning and we're moving forward. And
Dason took the warning. It looks like Ernest is going to shoot him down with a Crushing Canopy.
And correctly exiles the card.
Yep. So Dason, I don't know if he has more than 7 cards there. He might be...
He's got a pretty full hand.
Yep. So he's trying to figure out if he's going to come in, what he's exactly going to come in with. So right now he can come in with Champion of Wits, Even Wind Guide, and the Minister of Inquiries. But the Minister might be better off just dumping more targets into the graveyard.
Something that seems like it needs to be attacking right now.
Yep. See what he wants to do for attacks here. And since both, I think he finished attacks because they both have vigilance.
Right.
Yeah, so they had vigilance.
Plays the second Minister.
Yep. So now, as long as God Pharaoh's Gift is on the table, this is going to just start growing larger and larger on Dason's board.
Ernest is really hoping he can find another mana, and he just keeps hitting more spells.
He picked up the Yavimaya Shepherd, pick up an extra token. This will help him with tokens on the ground, but the Even Wind Guide is going to make it so he can't really deal with pretty much all the tokens coming into play because they're all flying.
The Vigilance means that Dason can keep applying pressure and still have blockers for when that Tender Shoot hits the battlefield.
Yeah, so it's a matter if Ernest can go wide enough.
If Ernest does draw a land, he plays Tender Shoot, he has City's Blessing. That's 10 permanents.
Yep.
And then all of his Saprolands +2, which would be a reasonable attack except for Dason's Vigilant creatures.
Yep. But it's a matter of if it's too little too late, because Dason's at 29, I believe Ernest is at 13. We got 5 here. He's going to slam Lyra. It looks like that flying army gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah. This game Dason's pushing it out of reach right now. Because not only are they flying, they're life gaining.
Yep.
Life linking.
Speaking of reach, I bet Ernest wishes those Saprolings could reach up there.
Yeah. Well, if that was a Venusaur...
That's right. It's just an Ivysaur right now.
It doesn't quite have the long enough vines.
Yeah.
So it looks like Ernest asking about the Champion of Wits token, which is flying and vigilant right now.
So that'd be 6, 10, 11, 14 in the air?
Don't forget the Lyra bonus for Angels.
Oh, right. 15 in the air. So that's 6, 7...
I'm counting 7 on the Angel of Invention, plus 5 on the Champion. That's 12, plus 2.
Yep.
Yeah. It's lethal.
It's a lot there.
Ernest put up a good fight, but the Fumigates got him both games.
Yeah.
Right when he was getting big enough, it's Fumigate time.